Okay, hi guys, I think I'm live now. Hi Abhijit Kumar Pandey, how are you? Namaskar Pushkar. So today we'll be looking at LRDI Marathon. We'll be solving 4 sets. I will be solving 2 sets. The first set is easy and the second set is tough. So I've selected 2 sets. The first is an easy set and the second is a tough set. For the easy set, I think I've given 10 minutes for you to solve. This is a fairly straightforward set, which I hope you solve. The second one is actually a tough set, and I have given you 15 minutes to solve this. After 2 sets, I will be doing another 2 sets. Total, we'll be covering these 4 sets. But before we start off, I want to do one quant rush, which is what we normally do. And before we go to the quant rush, I also wanted to request you to please like the stream. And please do subscribe to the channel. I want to target 200 likes before the stream ends. 200 likes is the target for this stream. This is our target. Let us see how many we will actually get. Secondly, when we give the set, I want you to put full effort in trying to solve it on your own, because then you will feel pretty good. You'll also feel confident. If you're not able to solve it, of course, I will explain the set. Then you can look at it. Let us get started. As usual, I'll be solving a quant rush. Quant rush is something which we are very happy about. Quant rush is taken by hundreds of students every single day. Total, I think more than 10,000 people have played quant rush in the last, I think, few days. In this quant rush, we will be picking some topics. Do let me know which topic you want me to pick. Is it arithmetic or number systems or all topics? Which one you want me to solve? Just let me know in the chat. I will just pick that and I will start solving. But just to make it more interesting, I will not be using any pen or paper. I will not be using any rough work. I will just take help from the chat. I'll take help from all of you in trying to solve as many as we can. And I'll try to get about 30 marks. That will be the target. So do let me know which of the topics you want me to pick. Should I pick only number systems or geometry or all? Okay, Sujata. Hello, Sujata. Hi, Harshit. Hi, Komal. Good afternoon to every single one of you. Arithmetic. Some people are saying arithmetic, some people are saying number systems. So I'll pick both of them. I'll pick number systems, I'll pick arithmetic. So all the questions will come from these two topics only. Okay. Okay. So like I said, I will not be using pen and paper, but I'll help you in getting an understanding of how I would proceed for these kind of questions. This is the first question, guys. Try to solve it. If 3 or 4 people give me the same answer, I'm going to put it. It is given that number of numbers less than 100 which are co-prime to 100 is A, and the highest power of 3 in 100 factorial is B. What is the value of A plus B? I think this can be solved. Should not be too difficult. I can get the value of B very quickly. B is basically 100 by 3 plus 100 by 9 plus 100 by 27 plus 100 by 81. So B will be 33, 11, 33, 11, 3 and 1. 44, I think B is 48. A is number of numbers which are less than 100 and co-prime to it. You have to just do the prime factorization of 100. So 2 prime factors, 2 and 5. So it is 100 into 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 5. So 50 into 4 by 5, 40. I think it should be 88, guys. Do let me know in the chat. Yeah, somebody is saying, is it LRDI? Yes, it is LRDI Marathon. But I always want to do one quant rush before going to the next one. And I would want chat's help in trying to help me in getting the correct answer. Do let me know. I think the answer has to be 88. But after 2 or 3 of you confirm, then I'm going to mark it. I haven't solved it with pen and paper, so there is a good chance I could have made a mistake. Okay, Shubham is saying 88. So I'll quickly tell people who haven't solved it. So highest power of 3 in 100 factorial will be integer part of 100 by 3 plus integer part of 100 by 9 plus integer part of 100 by 27. All these are powers of 3 plus integer part of 100 by 81. This is the value of B. So this will be 33 plus 11 plus 3 plus 1. This is 48. And if you're looking at the number of numbers which are less than 100 and co-prime to it, figure out the prime factors of 100. 100 is 2 square into 5 square. 100 has only 2 prime factors which are 2 and 5. So the number of numbers which are less than 100 and co-prime to it will be 100 into 1 minus, because this is 2, you write 1 by 2. And because this is 1 by 5, 1 minus 1 by 5. So if you are required to calculate the number of numbers which are less than 100 and co-prime to it, you just calculate the prime factors and multiply. So this will be 40. 40 plus 48 is 88. Okay, this is the second one, guys. Try to solve it. Many people got it correct. Guys, please do like the stream. We have close to 80 people are watching. There are 7 members in a family whose average age is 25. Ram is 12 years old, is the second youngest in the family. Find the average age of the family in years just before Ram was born. Okay. Okay, this is 175. Ram, who is 12 years old, is the second youngest in the family. Second youngest. So there is some guy who is younger than Ram. Find the average age of the family in the year just before Ram was born. I think this can't be determined, right? I don't know. How can you determine? Because how can you determine who is the youngest member of the family? What is that guy's age? So it is 175 is the total age. "12 years before everybody, you subtract, you can't subtract 84, no, that is the problem. You can subtract 84, you have to subtract 72. So that is 103. 103 divided by 5. I don't know. I think this cannot be determined. Yeah, you can't determine it, right? Because one of the guy who is younger than Ram, you don't know that guy's age. So how can you determine it? I'm going with D, man. Yeah, that is correct. So we got 2 correct. Let us try to solve this. This is another arithmetic. Yeah, Punisher, you're right. Because we don't know what is the age of the youngest guy, we can't solve it. A man travels 3000 kilometers by train, ship and plane. The distance traveled in train is twice the distance traveled in ship, and average speed of aeroplane. I think without a pen and paper, this can't be solved, man. But guys, I'm going to trust you. Tell me what the answer is. I'm going to mark it. We have a lot of time. This seems like a lengthy question. We have 5 minutes to solve it. Hi, Shubham Bohra. Distance traveled in train was twice the distance traveled in ship. Okay. So ship is X, train is 2X. Average speed of train is 3 times the average overall speed of the journey, and time spent on the train was same as time spent on the ship. So okay, train speed also is twice that of ship. Okay. If the man spent 18 hours on ship, okay. Okay, man spent 18 hours in ship, so he would spend 18 hours in train and 4 hours in the aeroplane. Okay, that much we know. Yeah, Shubham, I do play chess, man. But let us focus on this question. This question seems like a slightly painful one. I'm not able to, without pen and paper, it is difficult for me to solve this. So let me focus on this. Guys, if you get the answer, please do let me know in the chat. I will mark it. If 3 people give me the same option, I'm going to mark it and go. Distance traveled in train, okay, is 2D. Average speed of the aeroplane is 3 times the average speed. Okay. So it is 18 hours, 18 hours. I don't know the overall average speed. That I think I have to assume. But again, try to figure it out, guys. Oh, I know the average speed. No, it is 3000 kilometers divided by 40. So the average speed is 75 kilometers per hour. Speed of the aeroplane is 225 kilometers per hour. So I'm getting some equation there. 225 into 4, no? 225 into 4 is 900 kilometers. He went by aeroplane. 900 kilometers he went by aeroplane. 2100. So I think it is 1400. I think it is 1400, guys. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll solve one other question and I'll go. No, it is DLR, man, but I just wanted to solve quadrature. Oh, this is tough. Okay, guys, this is the last question. Try to solve it and help me out. And then I'll end the quant rush and I'll go to solving LRDIs. There will be 4 LRDI sets. Yeah, many people got 1400 correct. Well done. Try to solve this, guys. This is again a very lengthy question. 5 customers bought the same dining room set. I don't know how to solve it, but I'm assuming that you would help me out. If anybody can actually get it, and if they give an explanation, that will help a lot of the other people also. So I'll be waiting for that. Same dining room table set from a furniture shop. Customers can purchase furniture both online and offline. The product's online price, excluding convenience fee and delivery charges, is 25% more than the offline price. The convenience charge on online purchase is 50. Number of customers who bought offline is 50% more than the number of customers who bought online. It is known that the company received an equal amount of money from both online and offline. What is the money saved by an offline purchase? I don't know, man. Try to solve it, guys, and let me know. Again, this is a very lengthy question. So a lengthy question without pen and paper seems difficult. Customers can purchase, okay, products online price excluding, okay, is 20% more than the offline price. So online price is 3x, offline price is 2x. So total money is 3x plus for online, 3x plus 75. Offline is 2x plus 30. Okay, 3x plus 75 into 2 is 2x plus 80 into 3. I don't know. How many people got 30 offline and 20 online? There is the contest free on the app. I think if you're enrolled to Cracku course, it should be available in the study room. Guys, try to help me out. What is the money saved by an offline customer? The 4 options are 25, 45, 50 and 75. Okay, only on online purchase it is 50. For offline, there is no convenience fee. Mongo is saying, sir, I'll skip this question. It is too lengthy and would take too much time to read. Yeah, that is fine, man. In an examination, I think even I would leave this question because it's a very lengthy question. It is going to take time. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for the answer. 75, somebody is saying 75. 2 people are saying 75. If another 2 people give me the answer, I'm going to go with it, 75. I'm not able to figure it out, man. I think we'll get some equation here and then we'll have to probably solve it. Because the online price also is 25% more. So that is 5x and 4x. So 5x is the online price, 4x is the offline price. Total money for online purchase is 5x plus 50 plus 25. So 5x plus 75. Offline is 4x plus 30. So 5x plus 75 into 2 is 10x plus 150 is equal to 4x plus 30 into 3 is 12x plus 90. Something like that. I think you'll get the answer. Okay, many people are saying 75. I'm going with it. Yeah, well done, man. I think all of you are pretty good. I'm so happy. I was not able to solve it, but you helped me out. So we're going to end this rush here, guys, and we'll start the DILR session. We'll do a rush again after Sayali starts. Okay, I think score of 15 is actually pretty good. Well done. Let us get started. Okay, this is one thing I wanted to tell you is with CAT coming very close, the notification is out, the registrations have started. The first thing I would tell you is definitely register for CAT as early as possible. Don't wait for the last minute. Once you register, there is also some pressure on you to actually start working towards it. Many people put off registration because it will give them some stress about the examination. But I would say the best way to decrease your stress is to face it and try to register quickly so that on some level you will become serious about the preparation. The second thing I'll say is from now till the examination, we will be having live sessions every Saturday. Till now, we are having live sessions which are around 2 hours and 2.5 hours. But starting from next week, the length of the sessions also will increase. We'll try to do a 4-hour session from 2 to 6 p.m. every Saturday from next week. This is something that we plan to do. So please do subscribe to this channel. Please click on the bell icon so that whenever we are doing a live stream, you'll get an intimation about it. Okay guys, this is the first question. Try to solve it. This is not a difficult question. This is a fairly simple question. So basically there are 8 colleagues, A, B, C, D, E, F. They are from 8 different cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Shillong and Chandigarh. And this is basically the information that is given. I think this is sufficient for you to answer it. And these are the questions. I'm going to minimize it slightly more. Yeah. You have 10 minutes to solve it. Try to do it, guys. And in the meantime, I'll just ask you to please like the stream. Well done, Shubham Sardak. You helped, you gave the explanation, helped a lot of students. If you have any doubts with respect to CAT preparation, you can feel free to ask in the chat. While you guys are solving it, I'll try to answer your doubts. Shubham is saying, sir, 99.9 not possible in one attempt. I think if you really ask me, anything is possible. But I would say thinking about 99.9, thinking about 100, thinking about these kind of things will only add more pressure on you. It won't be that it is going to help you prepare better. Normally, I would say try to keep your mind as calm as possible, be as focused as possible. If there is anything that is making you overthink, that is actually not going to help you. So don't look at the result. Don't focus too much on the result. Focus on the effort that you can put in. Focus on inculcating good habits. The good habits, I would say, are solving questions, solving a lot of questions, taking mocks regularly, analyzing mocks, trying to figure out where you're making mistakes, trying to figure out what are your areas of strength, what are your areas of weakness. Try to work on your areas of weakness. If there is any particular concept you're not understanding, put more effort to try to become better at it. Those are the kind of things that I would say will help you increase your score. And finally, the results will automatically follow. Don't focus on 99.9 or 100 or those kind of things, because if say you have a bad mock, you will just feel more pressure, which is not good. Okay, Abhijit Kumar Pandey. With respect to the t-shirt, please do send a mail to support@cracku.in. They will look at it and they will let you know. So please make video on different DLR sets and its representations. Sure, man, I'll make a video on it. Shivan is saying, are they facing the center? No, some of them are facing the center, some of them are not facing the center. And they're facing opposite direction. They're facing opposite direction alternately. So if one guy is facing the center, the next guy is facing away from the center, and so on. Okay, guys, last 2 minutes, try to solve it. There are 5 questions in this set. Okay, let us try to solve this question, guys. What is given? We are told that there are 8 colleagues. Their names are A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S. They are sitting around a round table and they're facing opposite directions alternately. Each of the colleague belongs to the 8 cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Shillong and Chandigarh. Not necessarily in that order. The cities Mumbai, New Delhi, Kolkata and Chennai are called metros. It is also known that, and then some information is given. Let us first draw a circle. The circle will have 8 people. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7 and this is 8. We have people who are alternating between facing the center and away from it. So let us assume that this guy is facing away from the center, this guy is facing the center, this guy is facing away from the center, this guy is facing the center, this guy is facing away from the center, this guy is facing the center, this guy is facing away from the center and this guy is facing the center. Let us assume that these are the 8 guys. Now, it is known that all the people from the metro sit opposite each other and colleagues from Mumbai and Kolkata sit opposite to each other but don't see each other. So if Mumbai and Kolkata are sitting opposite to each other but are not able to see each other, it would imply that they are both facing away from the center. So this we'll assume is Mumbai. Therefore, this will be Kolkata. D sits second to the left of R, who is from Mumbai. So this guy is R, he is from Mumbai, and 2 to the left of R is D. So this will be D. Because this is R, 2 to the left will be this guy. The person from Hyderabad and New Delhi are immediate neighbors of the person from Kolkata. This is the guy from Kolkata. So his 2 neighbors will be, one will be from New Delhi and one will be from Hyderabad. But we don't know whether New Delhi is to the left or Hyderabad is to the left. So we'll assume that this is how they are. This is New Delhi and Hyderabad. Q faces P, both of whom are from metros. So right now if you see, Q and P are not from Mumbai and Kolkata, because from Mumbai it is R. So if Q and P are from metros, they should be from the remaining 2 metros. What are the remaining 2 metros? We have Q and P. They are from Mumbai and Chennai in some order, because they are the remaining 2 metros. Q faces P, who are both from metros. B sits opposite D. This is D, so this will be B. The person from Chandigarh faces the person from Hyderabad. So the person from Hyderabad is either this guy or this guy. So the person from Chandigarh will be either this guy or this guy. I'll just write it down here because I'm not making use of it. Chandigarh is sitting opposite Hyderabad. A, who is from Kolkata, so this guy is A, okay, sits third to the left of C. So if this is A, he is sitting third to the left of C. 1, 2, 3. So either this is C or 1, 2, 3. This is C. One of these 2 is C. But if say this guy is C, third to the left of C will be, because he is turning into the towards the center, it will be 1, 2 and 3. It will actually have to be B. So this is not C. If this guy is C, again he is facing the center. So 3 to the left of C will be 1, 2 and 3, which is fine. So we are essentially saying that this guy is C. The person from Shillong sits second to the right of the person from Mumbai. So this is Mumbai. Second to the right is 1 and 2. So this guy has to be from Shillong. Now let us go through the clues again and let us try to figure out if we are able to fill the circle better. And if you are not able to fill it, we'll just go to the questions. If you are looking at it again, they are all sitting opposite. Okay, the cities of Mumbai, Delhi. Okay, it is known that all people from metro sit opposite each other, and the colleagues from Mumbai and Kolkata sit opposite each other but don't see each other. So these 2 have to be Mumbai and Kolkata. Okay, this is 1. So I think this is completely used. D sits second to the left of R, who is from Mumbai. This is R, so this also is used. The person from Hyderabad and New Delhi are immediate neighbors of the person from Kolkata. So New Delhi and Hyderabad, one of these two has to be from New Delhi and Hyderabad. Now if you see New Delhi and Hyderabad, if this guy is a New Delhi, this guy will be from Chennai. Okay, wait a minute. I think this Q and P, I made a mistake here. This has to be New Delhi and Chennai. Because we know two metros, the two metros that we have taken care of are Mumbai and Kolkata. The two remaining metros will be New Delhi and Chennai. So if this guy is New Delhi, this guy has to be Chennai. If this is New Delhi, this will be Chennai. The person from Hyderabad and New Delhi are immediate neighbors of the person from Kolkata. I don't want to cross this out because I don't know which is New Delhi and which is Hyderabad. Q faces P, both of whom are from metros. So again, like I mentioned earlier, Q and P, they cannot be from Kolkata and Mumbai. They cannot be from Kolkata and Mumbai because we know that R and A are these two guys. So Q and P will be from the remaining two metros. The remaining two metros are New Delhi and Chennai. So again, like we discussed, if this is New Delhi, this will be Chennai. And if this is New Delhi, this will be Chennai. And the two people have to be Q and P. But here one of the guys is actually C. So if say this is New Delhi, that will have to be Chennai and these two guys have to be Q and P. But we know that that is C. So this would imply that this is not New Delhi. This has to be Hyderabad. And this has to be New Delhi. If this is New Delhi, this has to be Chennai. And these two guys have to be Q and P in some order. B sits opposite D. That is taken care of. B sits opposite D. We have put it into the circle. The person from Chandigarh faces the person from Hyderabad. This is Hyderabad, so this has to be Chandigarh. Now we have filled up 7 cities. There is only one city left. What is the remaining city? It is not Mumbai or New Delhi or Chennai or Kolkata, Hyderabad. It has to be Jaipur. So this guy D has to be from Jaipur. Similarly, if you're looking at the people, we have filled out A, B, C, D. These two guys are P and Q in some order. If this is P, that is Q. If this is P, this is Q. P, Q, R is done. So this has to be S. So now the entire circle is filled with the exception of P and Q. We just don't know whether P is from Chennai or Q is from Chennai. And if you're looking at the clues, you will see that all the clues don't include P or Q separately. Whatever clues are given over here with respect to Q facing P involves both P and Q. There is no extra information given only about P or only about Q. So this would imply that we can't differentiate between P and Q. So this will be the final circle. And P and Q's positions we can't say for sure. Now if you're looking at the questions, if one of the neighbors of P is from Jaipur, so this is Jaipur, so this has to be P. If D is from Jaipur and P is the neighbor of D, P has to be over here, so Q will be over here and Q will be from New Delhi. Who sits third to the right of the person from Hyderabad? This guy is from Hyderabad. Third to the right is 1, 2 and 3. B will sit who is from Shillong, which is option A. Who sits second to the right of S? This is S. Second to the right of S is this guy. It is either Q or P. Basically, whoever is from New Delhi. So the correct answer is the person who is from New Delhi. Question 4 is how many arrangements are possible? Everything is filled with the exception of Q and P. We just don't know whether Q is from New Delhi or P is from New Delhi. So there are 2 arrangements that are possible. Which amongst the following does not face the table? Okay. The person from Hyderabad is this guy. He is facing the table. So it is not this. The person from Chennai. The person from Chennai is this guy. He is also facing the table. So it is not this. The person from Jaipur is actually not facing the center. He's facing away from the center. So this will be the correct answer. Just for the sake of completeness, let us look at the fourth option also. The person from Chandigarh. See, the person from Chandigarh, again, he's facing the center. So this is not the correct answer. Let me quickly give a shout out to people who have gotten it correct. We have more than 100 people who are watching the stream live. Please do like the stream, guys. I think we got Abhijit, Ashrit, Hari Ashrit, Sadhu Harshit, Siddhu, Sai Krishna, Tejas, Nigam, Shubham Bora. Many of you got it correct. Well done. Let us go to the next one. One thing I wanted to tell you is we are starting a batch, a crash course, which is called the Purna Swaraj batch. We are starting it on Monday, 10th of August. If you have any doubts with respect to what it contains, you can just Google search Cracku CAT crash course. Just Google search Cracku CAT crash course. You'll go to the page and it has all the details. Or you can just call us or send us a WhatsApp on this number, which is 6303 239 042. The crash course will contain detailed video solutions. It contains detailed videos of the entire concepts. It will also give you a very good schedule. Every day we will give you a list of videos we want you to watch, a bunch of questions we want you to solve, so that the entire syllabus is covered and you also get a lot of practice. For any more doubts, you can always call us on this particular number. Okay guys, this is the next one. This I would say is a slightly tough set. Try to solve it. Basically, there are three people, Akash, Bala and Chirag. They are competing across 4 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. All the scores across all of these cells are single digit numbers from 1 to 9. Total score is this. Okay. Okay, this is the first part. Try to solve it and after that I will lift it so that you get. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, I think you can read it. This is the set and these are the questions. Okay. Okay guys, try to solve it. I've given you 15 minutes because this is a lengthy set. Okay, guys, did anybody get it correct? Let me know if you got it correct. At least the first question. If you get the first question correct, I think I would agree that you got all the questions correct. Okay, guys, last 3 minutes, try to solve it. Okay, Ashrit, Hari Ashrit got some correct, some wrong. Try again, Hari Ashrit. You have 3 minutes left, so try to solve it. Okay guys, last 1 minute, try to solve it. Okay guys, let us try to solve this question. Like I mentioned, this is a tough question. This is not an easy question. So it probably doesn't feel tough also. The problem with these kind of questions in LRDI is when you're looking at the set, it feels like, okay, this is a missing values in the table kind of a set. There are 3 rows and there are 4 columns. This is what we will figure it out. And we feel that, okay, some information is given. Probably I'll be able to fill all the entire setup. Because if you see somewhere over here, some information is given about the scores not repeating. So again, you will get a sense that, okay, this is kind of like a Sudoku. So how tough can it be? But the problem is, this is actually a lengthy set. We'll try to solve it. I'll try to tell you how you should proceed to solve these kind of sets. I'll also tell you one other thing, that even if you get stuck in the set, you shouldn't give up completely. If you get stuck in the set and if you look at the questions, you will be able to answer some of the questions correct, even if you have partially solved the set. Let us get started. So basically what this says is there are 3 participants. Let the names of the participants be A. This is Akash. I can write it off actually. Akash, Bala, and Chirag. They participated on 4 days. This is D1. This is D2. This is D3. And this is D4. This will be total of each of the guys. For example, this will represent total of Akash, this will represent total of Bala, and this will represent total of Chirag. Similarly, we can add one row of total. This will tell us total of D1, that is the first day. This is the total of D2, D3, and D4. Now let us look at the clues that are given. The score of any player ranges from 1 to 9. So everything in this table will be numbers from 1 to 9. Total score of a participant is given. The total score of a day is the sum of the participants on that day. The values for the sum of the total score for any 2 days are 22, 30, 37, 29, 27, and 32. What does this mean? It means that suppose you assume that the total of D1 is say P, total of D2 is say Q, total of D3 is say R, and total of D4 is say S. We don't know what the total is, but let us assume that the total for D1 is P, total of D2 is Q, R, and S. If we have to pick any of these 2 days, there are 4 days. The number of ways in which we can pick any of the 2 days is 4C2, which is 6. And what are those 6? Those 6 will be P plus Q, P plus R, P plus S, Q plus R, Q plus S, and R plus S. These are the 6 sums that we get when you are adding 2 out of those 4 numbers. Now these 6 we are told are 22, 30, 37, 29, 27, and 32. Now the problem is we don't know which of this is what. We don't know whether P plus Q is 22 or 30 or 37. We just don't know it. One of them will match one of these 6. Another one of them will match another one of those 6, and so on. But what we can be sure about is if we are adding all of these 6 and if we are adding all of these 6, the sum will be the same. What is the sum of these 6 numbers? If you are adding 22 plus 30 plus 37 plus 29 plus 37 plus 32, the number you can calculate will be, this is 9, 18, and 9, so 7. This is 2, 5, 7, 10, and 7. This is 177. If you're adding all of these 6, what are we going to get? P. So this is 3P plus Q. So this is 3Q plus R. So 3R plus S, 3S. So the value of 3P plus 3Q plus 3R plus 3S is 177. Or the value of P plus Q plus R plus S is 177 divided by 3, which is equal to 59. So what we're essentially saying is, we don't know the value of P, Q, R and S. That is the sum of day 1, day 2, day 3 and day 4. We don't know it. But the sum of the total points is 59. That much we can be sure about. Now if you're not able to make a lot of progress further, if you just make this much progress, if you give up and go to a next set, you'll be missing out on certain things. Because if you look at the questions that are given, the first question is how many unique combinations are possible. You can't make any progress from it. Or what is the score of Chirag on day 2? Again, you can't make progress from it. But one of the question, the fourth question is, what is the total combined score of the 3 participants over the course of the 3 days, of the 4 days? This is what we have actually solved. This is equal to 59. P plus Q plus R plus S is 59. So at least the fourth one you should mark 59 and then go to the next one. So remember that even if a set feels very difficult, don't give up. Look at the questions, and even if you partially solve a set, you should in some cases be able to solve some of the questions. Not all, but some of the questions. Anyway, let us now try to solve it. So basically what we are saying is P plus Q plus R plus S, that is the sum of these 4, is equal to 59. Now what can you say about P, Q, R and S? Now P is the sum of these 3 columns. What is the maximum value of P or the maximum value of Q? The maximum value will occur if the 3 values are 9, 8 and 7. Because the same number cannot repeat in any of the rows, any of the 2 rows, the maximum will occur if one of them is 9, one of them is 8 and one of them is 7. These will add up to 24. So the maximum value P max, or you can say that P is less than or equal to 24, Q is less than or equal to 24, R is less than or equal to 24 and S is less than or equal to 24. Next, let us try to add the information given into the table. The scores of the 3 participants on any given day are distinct. Okay, this is distinct and this also is distinct. The total score of day 2 is 12. So this is 12. So we are essentially saying that Q is equal to 12. So the value of P plus R plus S is equal to 47. Chirag's score is twice that of Akash's score on day 3. On day 3, if you assume that Akash got X, Chirag got 2X. The total score on any day except day 2 follows the order. Day 4 is greater than day 1 is greater than day 3. So what we are saying over here is S is greater than P is greater than R. The total score of Chirag across all the 4 days is 18. Chirag across all the 4 days, this is 18. Bala's minimum score is 3 and it was observed on day 2. So this is 3. Bala every day scored greater than or equal to 3. Chirag scored 3 on day 1. Chirag on day 1, this is 3. Chirag's score on day 2 is greater than Bala's score on day 1. So if say Bala scored B on day 1 and Chirag scored C on day 2, C is greater than B. This is the information that is given. Based on this information, you would immediately think that, okay, I can't make a lot of progress because there are too many variables missing over here. Most importantly, we are not able to figure out what is the value of P, R and S. If you are able to figure out what is the value of P, R and S, then we can at least make some progress. Then we can at least figure out some details about the table. That should be our first problem, or that should be the first problem that we are about to tackle, which is we'll try to figure out what is the value of P, R and S. Because we have some information. We have information about the sum of these guys, which is 22, 30, 37 and all. So let us now try to solve the values of P, R and S. Now, if you're looking at the 6 distributions, okay, of a pair of people or their scores of a pair of days, the sum being added. There are 6 possibilities that we discussed. This is P plus Q. One of them will be P plus 12. Another one will be P plus R. Another one will be P plus S. Then we have Q plus 12. Sorry, we have R plus 12, S plus 12, and R plus S. It is the same as these 6 numbers, but instead of Q, I substituted 12. They have to be in some order: 22, 30, 37, 29, 27, and 32. Now, if I'm combining this one, and this one, because they contain 12, which is already known, what is the sum of these 3? P plus 12, R plus 12, S plus 12, they will add up to P plus R plus S plus 36. P plus R plus S is equal to 47. So those 3 will add up to 47 plus 36, which is equal to 83. What are they? They are P plus 12, Q plus 12, and R plus 12. The remaining 3, if you look at it, are P plus R, P plus S, and R plus S. If you are adding all of them, they are 2 times P plus R plus S. This will be 94. What are they? They are P plus R plus S, and P plus S. Why did I split it into 2 parts? Because I had to figure out of these 6, 3 of the numbers will come over here, and 3 of the numbers will come over here. One set of 3 numbers will total 83. Another set of 3 numbers will total 94. If I am able to figure out which 3 will total 83 and which 3 will total 94, the question will be more or less done. So there are multiple cases in which we will have to figure it out. For example, amongst these, if you are arranging them in ascending order, the smallest is 22. The next smallest is 27. The next smallest is 29. The next smallest is 30. Then I have 32, and then I have 37. Let me pick the number which is the highest. If I am looking at 37. Now 37 is the sum of 2 out of these 4 sums. If say 12 is one of those 2 sums, if say this is of the form 25 plus 12, then the other number, that is either P or R or S, has to be equal to 25. But we do know that all of these values, P, Q, R, and S, they have to be less than or equal to 24, because the maximum possible sum of the scores on any particular day is 24. It cannot be equal to 25. So 37 will not have 12. It will have 2 other numbers. Let us call them A plus B. A is one of P, Q, and R, P, R, and S, and B also is one of P, R, and S. So this 37 will not come over here. This 37 will come over here. And the sum of the remaining 2 numbers over here, if you are adding them, will add up to 57. What are the 6 numbers? The 6 numbers are 22, 27, 29, 30, and 32. We also have 37, but this 37 will come in 94. What about the other one, say 32? If say 32 also is coming in say 94, suppose I'm going to put this 32 over here. The sum of 37 plus 32 will be 69. To make up 94, I will have to get 25. But 25 is not present over here. So 32 will not come over here. 32 will come over here. What about 30? If 30 comes over here, 37 plus 30 is 67. To make up 94, 94 minus 67 is 27, which is also part of it. So this is one possibility. That is, I'm going to put 30 here and 27 over here. On the other hand, suppose I'm putting 30 over here. 32 plus 30 is 62. 62, I'll have to add 21 to get 83. But 21 is not part of it. So this would imply that 30 and 27 will come up over here. And these two will be 29 and 22. Again, to reiterate, what exactly did I do? I figured out that these 6 numbers have to be separated into 2 categories. one of them will contain this 12. 3 of them will contain 12, 3 of them will not contain 12. The sum of the 3 which contain 12 will come up to 83. The sum of the 3 which don't contain 12 will come up to 94. Now, by trial and error and by figuring out and enumerating, you can figure out that the 3 which add up to 94 are 37, 30 and 27. The 3 which don't contain 12, which will add up to 83, are 32, 29 and 22. Once I figure out that it is 32, 29 and 22, the remaining 3 numbers, that is the value of P, R and S, will be 32 minus 12 is 20, 29 minus 12 is 17, and 22 minus 12 is 10. So the 3 values are 20, 17 and 10. So over here, I'm going to put this as 20, this as 17, and this as 10. Let me clear this side. Okay. Now again, let me go back over here. Now there is at least the total of the 3 days. So I can try to figure out what are the values of these numbers. If I'm looking at D3, it is X, 2X and 10. What are the values that X can take? If X is 1, 2X will be 2. The sum of these 3 numbers has to be 10. So this will be 7. 172 is one possibility. Or if X is 2, 2X is 4. These 2 are adding up to 6. So the middle number also has to be 4 for this total to be 10. But that is not possible because 4 is repeating 2 times. If say X is 3, 2X is 6, and the middle number has to be 1, and the total is 10. But can this number be equal to 1? This number cannot be equal to 1 because Bala's minimum score is 3. So this also is not possible. So the only possibility is that X is 1, 2X is 2, and this is 7. Now, if I am trying to fill up the entire table, this will be, these 3 have to add up to 17. This is B and this is 3. This has to be 14 minus B. This is 3, C, 2 and this, they all add up to 18. So this is 13 minus C. These 3 again have to add up to 12. So this is 9 minus C. Now if I'm trying to figure out what are the values of B and C, the values B can take are, B cannot be 3 because 14 minus B has to be a number between 1 and 9. B cannot be 4 also because 14 minus B will be 10. B can be minimum of 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. These are the values B can take. But we want C over here to be greater than B. This would imply that B cannot be 9. If B itself is 9, C will have to be at least 10. That is not possible. Similarly, B cannot be equal to 7. If B is equal to 7, 14 minus B also will be 7. So 7 will repeat 2 times. So B is not 7. So B can take 5 or 6 or 8. What are the values C can take? The value C can take, again for the same reason, C can start off with a number which is greater than 5, 6 and 8. So C can be either 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. Why cannot C be 1? Because the minimum value of B is 5. B is at least equal to 5. So C has to be greater than 5. If C is equal to 5, then it will not be greater than B. The minimum value of B is 5. So C has to be greater than 5. So C is either 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. But if C is 9, this is 9 minus 9 will be 0. So C cannot be equal to 9. So the maximum value C can take is 8. C can be either 6 or 7 or 8. But if the maximum value of C is 8, B cannot be 8. So B, the only 2 values B can take are 5 or 6. And the 3 values C can take are 6 or 7 or 8. Now we also have these things. Once we have filled up, we will try to figure out the values of C. One of the things that we'll have to figure out is C cannot be equal to 8 also. Why can C not be equal to 8? Because this is 9 minus C and this is 1. If C is equal to 8, 9 minus C will be 1. and 1 will repeat 2 times in Akash's score, so C cannot be equal to 8. So the only two values that C can take are either 6 or 7. If C is equal to 6, this will be, if C is equal to 6, the values of D2 will be, this is 9 minus 6 is 3, this also is 3, and this is 6. So one of the things that we can figure out is C cannot even be equal to 6, because if C is equal to 6, 9 minus C will also be 3. So this is 3, 3 and 6. 3 will repeat 2 times, so C cannot even be equal to 6. The only possibility for C is that C is equal to 7. So this will be 7. 9 minus C is equal to 2, and 13 minus C is equal to 6. Most of the table is filled except these two values and these two values. Let us assume that this is equal to, say, A. And what is the value of this one? It is A plus 6 plus this is equal to 20. So this will be equal to 14 minus A, because now the total is equal to 20. Now what are the values? Again, let me clear this up. What are the values B can take? B is either 5 or 6. What are the values A can take? A, first of all, 14 minus A has to be a number which is less than or equal to 9. So A can be 5. Can A be equal to 6? A cannot be equal to 6, because then 6 will repeat 2 times. Can A be equal to 7? 14 minus A and A are separate. If A is equal to 7, both of them will be the same. So A cannot be equal to 7. Can A be equal to 8? If A is equal to 8, 14 minus 8 will be 6. This is 6. So A cannot be equal to 8. But A can be equal to 9. So either B is 5, 6 and A is 5, 9. These are the two cases that are possible. Let us list them down so that we can get all the cases completed, and then we can go ahead and answer the questions that follow. If B is 5, the table will be 9, 5, 3. This is 2, 3, 7. This is 1, 7, 2. And A cannot be equal to 9 in that case, because 9 will repeat. In that case, A will have to be equal to 5. This is, sorry, A will have to be equal to 9, because 14 minus A should not be equal to 5. This is 9 and this is 6. This is one case where B is equal to 5. What will happen when B is equal to 6? If B is equal to 6, this is 8, 6, 3, 2, 3, 7, 1, 7, 2. Now A can be 5 or 9, both are possible. If A is 5, this is 9 and this is 6. Or we have 8, 6, 3, 2, 3, 7, 1, 7, 2. In this case, A is 9, this is 5 and this is 6. These are the three cases that are possible. This is the first case, this is the second case, and this is the third case. Now let us go ahead and answer the questions that follow. How many total unique combinations of scores of the participants on different days are possible? There are three cases. What is the score of Chirag on day 2? Score of Chirag on day 2, in this case is 7, in this case is 7, in this case is 7. In all the three cases it is 7. So the correct answer is 7. What can be the maximum possible difference between the total score of Bala and Akash? The total score of Bala in this one is 16 plus 8 is 24. In this case is 10 and 17. Here the difference is 7. In this case the total is 10, 21 and this is 20, so the difference is 1. In this case the total is 10 and 15, 25, and in this case it is 16. So here the difference is 9. So the maximum possible difference is 9 and the total score of the combined this is 59. This is, like I mentioned, a pretty difficult set. This is not an easy set and it will take you a lot of time to solve it. Having said that, one of the 4 questions can be solved at the start itself, which is the fourth question. So even if you get stuck in the set, which I think is entirely possible in the examination, I don't want you to give up. I want you to see if you can make educated guesses about some of the questions, and in that case, you will get the fourth question correct.
Time for some contrast. Okay. So guys, I hope you guys are ready to do 2 more LRDI sets. But before we go to the LRDI sets, we'll do one quick contrast. And I hope that you guys help me, because I'll try to do it without using pen and paper. Okay. I hope all of you guys are ready to do a contrast. Where is that? Okay. So I will need help, okay? I will need help to do the contrast. I hope all of you guys will help me for that. So let's go to the study room and yeah. And contrast, tell me which topic you guys want the contrast in. Okay, guys, tell me arithmetic, geometry, number systems, PNC probability. What do you want your contrast in? Come on, guys. One quick contrast, then we'll have one pure DI set and one games and tournament set. So I know all of you are waiting for like some more LRDI sets, but one quick contrast and then we'll go there. And I'll need a lot of help while solving. So let me know which one of these do you want. Do you want to go with random? Okay. Arithmetic algebra. So we'll do one thing. We'll do both arithmetic and algebra. Okay. So let's go. Okay, both of these together and let's start. But I need a lot of help, okay? Ramit tried out 3 different combinations of investments in 3 stock classes, A, B, C. He observed that he could buy 2 class A, 3 class B and 2 class C stock using 15 Bitcoin. Similarly, 2 class A, 2 class B and 4 class C stocks would be bought for 20 Bitcoin. Using 25 it was possible. Okay, 5, 4, 2. Which of the following could be the known values of A, B, C in terms of Bitcoin? So we have a linear equations questions, 3 linear equations, 3 values. Can you guys solve it for me and tell me the answer of A, B, C? One way we could do it basically is that you just use the options, plug it in the values there and try to see if it matches. So if I put 2, 1, 5, I'll get 4, 3 and 10. 4, 3, 10. So first value doesn't match. 6, 9 and 6. So second does match for the first one. 2, 2, 4. 2 to 4 is 6 plus 2. So that is 8 plus 4. So that is 12, 20. So second one also matches. 25. So 15, 19 and 6. Yeah, second one matches. So it should be second. Guys, help me with this. Yeah, good. Both of you, Ritvik and Maverick, got it. I didn't solve it. I just used the options to figure out which is the correct answer. Find the maximum value of the expression x divided by x square minus 5x plus 9. So how do we do it? First, we'll try to factorize x square minus 5x plus 9. So that is 3 and 3. No other way, right? So we can't factorize it. To maximize it, we have to minimize the bottom equation. To minimize the bottom equation, we can say that, actually, we can do one thing. We can try to x minus 5x plus 25 by 4 would be the minimum value, right? Or where it becomes as close to 0 as possible. So that would be, what is find the maximum value of this? 25 by 4 is 61 by 4. Tell me guys, help me with this one. What is the max value of this? Minimize the, because if I just minimize the denominator, it won't be enough, because we also have the same x in the numerator. So I think we'll have to separate it out till we get just a simple this value. So x minus 5 by 2 the whole square plus 25 by 11 by 4. So tell me guys, AP is greater than GP that way. Max value would be, okay. That way, how do we do it? I need your help because I don't think I can do this without a pen and paper. You guys think it is 1. When it is equal, would it be equal? Minus 6x. When x is equal to 3, yeah. It can be equal when x is equal to 3. So that might be the answer. Yeah. Good one, Ritvik. You found it, I think, maybe using APGP. When numerator is equal to denominator, then you would have x is equal to 3. That would be basically the flex point. And from that, you can figure out that it has to be 1. P and Q are the two roots of the equation, x square minus this, where the absolute values of P and Q are also the arms of the right angle triangle, for which R is the hypotenuse. For what value of A will be the value of R be minimum? I don't think I can solve this without pen and paper, so I'm going to rely on you guys. Try to solve this one, guys, quickly and tell me. Denominator, numerator with x, then you get an equation with in denominator you will get like a equation with x, 9 by x and 1 constant, and you have to minimize the value of their sum, so you have to basically maximize the value of their product. Using APGP you can find the max value of their product when they are equal, and from that you will get the answer. So here let's try to do this one. We have to do it in 3 minutes. Come on guys, help me with this. P and Q are the roots of this, where the absolute values of P and Q are also the arms of a right angle triangle, for which R is hypotenuse. So P square plus Q square is equal to R square. What value of A will the value of R be minimum? So I have to find the minimum value of P square plus Q square. So my minimum value of P square plus Q square is, I have to minimize P plus Q the whole square minus 2PQ. So write down P plus Q the whole square. P plus Q, I can find out this is P plus Q, 2A minus 1. That whole square minus PQ would be basically minus 3A minus 4. So using that, I have to basically minimize that so that I can find the minimum value of R. So I want one of you guys. So 2 people are saying it is minus 1 by 4. I'm going to go with you because I have to otherwise solve. Anybody else also getting minus 1 by 4? Quickly tell me. Minus 1 by 4, this A2A minus this minus, might be actually, because I'm minimizing. Did you guys consider that it will be minimum value of R and not R square? Because if it is half, did you guys consider the minimum value? Okay, I'm going to go with minus 1 by 4 because many of you answered that. Let's do one last question and then we'll end it. Okay, so 125 raised to 1 by P, 625 raised to 1 by Q is equal to 125 raised to 2 by R. Then PQR in what? So that is 1 by P is equal to, so 5 raised, so 3 by P is equal to 4 by Q is equal to 6 by R. 3 by P is equal to 4 by Q is equal to 6 by R. So what kind of this are these guys in? If I consider, they would be their 3, 4, 5. I would say HP or none of these rather. If I have to say 3, 4 and 3 by P is equal to 4 by Q is equal to 6 by R. Is that in any this? Is it HP? Because, yeah, because 3 into 4 divided by 2, yeah, it would be HP. Nice one, guys. Nice one, Ritvik. You did very well. So we'll end the rush over here. And I hope you guys keep solving it just for fun. I would say that if you guys struggle with attempt rate, right? Try to do this without pen and paper sometimes just to push yourself so that you force yourself to actually try to solve things, some things mentally. It is like second nature to us to try to solve with pen and paper. But sometimes if you solve without pen and paper, it might actually make things more interesting, make it more, push you actually to think before you start like solving that how can I do this easier? How can I do it faster? If you're looking to increase your attempt rate, that is. Okay, so let's go guys. And we will continue with the LRDIs. Okay, so I'm going to give you a simple LRDI set. Before I give that to you, one simple thing that I would say that for all the DILR marathons that we have taken, you can download the PDF. We'll put up the PDF in the description of this session and you can download it. You can solve it later on also. And it is very good practice for you to solve different types of LRDI sets that are there. We have been doing every Saturday, we have been doing these LRDI sessions. So there are quite a lot of sets that and a variety of sets that you can solve. So do make sure that you download the PDFs and then you solve all of the sets that are there. Okay, so let's go to the next set. So I'll give this, but before I give that, a quick note of how do you solve this? How do you approach this? This is a pure DI set, pure charts-based DI set, simple set. I expect all of you to solve it. There are 100 plus people. I know all 100 of you can solve this. The very simple thing that you have to do whenever you have a charts-based set is convert the chart to a table. Then it's done. There is nothing more to it other than converting the chart to a table. Once you have the table, you can work on it much faster. So I would say convert the chart that is given, convert the information that is given in the chart into a table, and then keep adding columns for each type of information that is asked. So over here, you will have a table, something like this, okay? You will have a table. There are 3 political parties given. So let's make one row for each political party. And there are polling firms given. So for each polling firm, the entry value, exit value, the prediction range, and whether they are a good guesser or not, this is the information that you have to calculate or figure out. So over here, you can say, I will first down the entry value, the exit value, the prediction range, and whether they are a good guesser or not. I will make a table like this for each of the polling agencies that are there. The minute you make this table, okay, for like say this is D voter, there is the entry value, the exit value, the prediction range, and whether they are good guesser or not. If you make this table for the 3 polling agencies that are there, that's it. You will be able to solve this set. This is the only thing that you really need to do. Whenever a charts-based set comes, tabulate it. Okay. So enough of a hint over here. Let's go. I'm going to start the timer. I expect every one of you to solve this one. Come on, guys. So I will slowly move the entire set so that you can see. In case you guys want to see a particular portion, just pause the video. So this is the first 2 paragraphs that are there. This is the second paragraph and the chart that is there. In case the chart values are not super visible, actually let me write them. Let me write the chart value so it becomes easier for you guys to read. This is 65, 70, 50, 30, 25, this is 45, this is 5, 5, 5, this is 50, 70, 50, this is 40, 25, and 40. This is 5, 5, 10. Okay. These are the chart values that are there. In case anybody can't read the chart, you can read the values that I've written. And this is the remaining information that is given. I'll show the questions now. The first question is this. The second question is this. The third question is this. The fourth question is this. Okay, so these are the 4 questions. I know all of you can solve this. I'll go back to the chart. First and foremost, tabulate the chart. That would make your job very, very simple. So guys, come on, you have 10 plus minutes. Easily can be solved in this time. Come on, guys. I want every one of you to try this set because I'm telling you this is an easy one. This is not a difficult set. After this, we'll have a very nice, very interesting games and tournaments. That is a bit harder, but this one is completely doable. I want all of you to attempt this one. Come on, guys. I expected somebody to come up with an answer, at least for the first one by now. The first one is an easy question. I'll go back up to the first question. One is very easy to answer. Come on, everybody can answer this one. Yeah, I scrolled it up. Okay, I've shown the first question. Answer the first question, guys. Easy, easy question. Okay, who is going to give me the first answer? I'm waiting for the first question answer. Super easy question. Can be done by everyone. 5D. Okay. The first question answer that you guys have given, both UGC by Shri and YG, both of you have gotten it wrong. Count it again. Ma'am, I'll be joining. I am Rohtak IPM, first year BBA. Now, should I start preparing for CAT? I would say that start early, Kritik. A lot of IPM students immediately after joining IPM start their preparation because it gives them ample amount of time to practice. You know that you have to do MBA after the BBA, right? And you don't want to join the integrated program, so you have a deadline in sight. So I would say start immediately and start in earnest, like full preparation properly, because you're going to have a lot of bumps along the way, because you will have your own exams, you will have your submissions, you will have very long periods where you have little time to study. So the earlier that you start, the better it will be. Okay. Khushi got the answer correct for for question number 6. Question number 10. Khushi got the right answer. Same with Aditya. Okay. Very well done, Khushi and Aditya. 11, question number 11. Can somebody tell me the correct answer to this one? Come on. Who is a good guesser? A good guesser, it's given over here when your the actual share lies between the entry and exit criteria, then you're a good guesser. So the actual share is given over here for the 3 parties, which is 55, 40 and 5. So figure out for whom of these, D-Voter, Poll Strategy or Today's Chanakya, for which of these does the parties this lies between their entry and exit. So fill the table and you'll figure it out. Okay. Ritvik got second one. Maybe. Yeah, I think you got the, no. Highest accuracy for, yeah, I think you got the second one. Okay, do the, no. 11th question, you didn't get it right, Ritvik. Come on, guys. Do the 11th question. Last 15 seconds left. Yep, good job, Chaitesh. Chaitesh got the 11th question right. So we'll start solving. How do you calculate prediction range? It is given, the formula is given over here. The prediction range formula is given. Prediction range for NIC by D-Voter. It is given as the absolute sum of absolute difference between the actual vote and entry poll and absolute difference between actual vote and exit poll. So it is essentially sum of distances. Distance of this point from exit, distance of this point actual from entry. Sum of those 2 distances will be the prediction range. So let's do this, guys. Okay. Khushi also got the 11th question right. Very well done. We'll start solving. You guys continue with the other 2 questions. The guys who are at 11th, who have already solved the 11th question and have 12th and 13th remaining, we'll start solving. But you guys continue to do the 12th and 13th. I want all of you to try to solve the remaining. Okay. So here is the table that I had suggested. I won't be able to fit all 3 poll agencies if I keep this smaller table. So I'll do one thing. I'll make slightly thinner by columns. No, not this thin also, it won't fit. So I have to optimize on the table width. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and this, and hopefully it will fit. Okay, fine. This is the final one. Okay, so who are our polling agencies? D-Voter, Poll Strategy, and Today Chanakya. Okay, so what is the information that is given? Chart below gives the data about the predictions made by 3 organizations in recent elections, entry and exit polls. So there are entry polls, exit polls. So pre-polls and post-polls. All 3 organizations predicted the vote share of the 3 parties, DNA, INC and IPC. After the election results, it is known that DNA got 55% of the votes, NIC got 40% and IPC got 5%. So this is at 55, this is at 40 and this is at 5. This is the actual vote share. If the actual vote share of the party is equal or in between the entry and exit prediction of an organization, that organization is called a good guesser for that party. There can be more than one good guesser for a party, so you can have multiple organizations be good guessers of a party. The prediction range of organizations for party is defined as the sum of the absolute difference between the actual vote share and entry poll share, and absolute difference between the actual vote share and exit vote share. So basically you have to take actual minus entry, the modulus of that, plus actual minus exit and the modulus of that. This is basically the prediction range. Okay, this is prediction range. So let's do this. So for example, prediction range for NIC by D voter is, so D voter had said that NIC would get how much? D voter is the blue line. So entry it said 30, exit it said 40. It actually got 40. So the difference is 30 minus 40 modulus 10. 40 minus 40 modulus is 0. So 10 plus 0, the actual prediction range would be 10. So that is what is basically given over here. My first job whenever a charts-based set is done is that I don't want to deal with charts, I want to deal with a table. So my first instinct is when given a chart, tabulate it. So first thing, whatever has D voter said about entry for DNA, so DNA entry I'll write, okay? This is D voter, Polstat and today's Chanakya. So firstly, D voter said, this is entry, this is exit, this is prediction range and whether it's a good guesser or not. Same I'll put. Okay, so entry for all three, what did D voter say for DNA? It said 65. What did Polstat say? It said 70. And today's Chanakya said 50. Okay, similarly, what did it say for NIC? It said 30, 25 and 45. Okay, yeah. And for IPC, it said all said 5. So this is 5, 5 and 5. At exit, DNA was 50. At exit, INC was 70 and this was 50. And you have at exit, NIC was 40, 25 and 40. Okay. And over here you had IPC exit was 5, 5 and 10. So this is the information that is given in the table. In this chart, whatever is the information, I've tabulated it. Whatever information is given about the voter, what is the information given about the different agencies for each party, I've been able to tabulate into this particular table. Now my job is to figure out whether they are good guesser or not and what is the prediction range. Once I figure out, okay, this is the prediction range, whether they are good guesser or not, my table is done. Then I can go to the individual questions and fill it. Now, firstly, what is the prediction range? For DNA, the actual value is 55. These guys put 60 and 50. Firstly, is 55 between 50 and 65? Yes. So it is a good guesser of this party. But what is the prediction range? The range is wide because 55 and 65, the distance is of 10. And 50 and 55, the difference is of 5. So 5 plus 10, the prediction range is 15. Over here, the actual value is 40. The range is from 30 to 40. Is it a good guesser or not? Yes, it is a good guesser because it is within the range. It is given equal to or inside the range. This is equal to the exit value, so it is within the range. The difference, prediction range would be 40 minus 30, so 10. 40 minus 40, so 0. So this prediction range is 10. Here it is 5. Basically, both entry and exit is 5. But it is within the range and the difference or distance between predictions is 0. So the prediction range is 0 over here. I hope everybody understood how I'm getting this. Anybody doesn't understand it, just let me know immediately. Ma'am, should I do CFA level 1 in first year as that will boost my CV and start CAT prep from second year? I think 1.5 years is good enough for CAT. That is also good if you do CFA level 1. Depends on how much time you actually need. If 1.5 years is enough for you, then do CFA level 1 also. Because I don't want you to mess up CAT in the, try to do 3 things or 4 things together and mess up all 4 of them doesn't make sense. But if you can manage both together, then definitely do it. Anybody does not understand how I calculated the PR or whether they are good guesser or not, ask now. Otherwise, I'll go on to Polstat. Anybody didn't understand? Okay, I think everybody understood. Let's go on to how to do this for Polstat. Now for Polstat, this is 70 and 70. Is it a good guesser? Definitely not. not within range. 25 and 25, again, no. 40 is the actual score. 5, 5, yes, this is within range, so this is a good guesser. The distance, 70 from 55 is 15 away. So 15 plus 15, the distance is, sum of distances is 30. Here 25 and 25, both are 15 away from 40. So again 15 plus 15, the prediction range is 30 wide. Here 5, 5 are no distance away, so prediction range is 0. 50, okay, start and end 50. Again, not a good guesser because it is not within range. 40, this is 45 to 50. 40, it's equal to 40, so this is a good guesser. Range is 5 to 10, this is 5, so again a good guesser. So fine. So these two, it is a good guesser for. For DNA, it's not a good guesser. Now prediction range. Okay, now prediction range, this is 55. These two values are 50. Each of them is 5 away from 55. So 5 plus 5, this prediction range is 10. 45 and 40. 45 is 5 away from 40. 40 is 0 away from 40. So this is prediction range is 5. Here 5 and 5, 5 and 10. This distance is of 0 distance. This is 5 distance. So the total prediction range is 5. So we get our table, and using this table, we can solve all the questions that are there. Okay, so let's go. I have whether somebody is a good guesser. I have the prediction range. I have everything that I need to actually solve the questions. So the first question is, what is the sum of the number of good guessers for all the 3 parties? Here, D voter is good guesser for all these 3 parties. So this is 3. Polstrat is only a good guesser for IPC. So 1 over here. And today's Chanakya is a good guesser for 2 of the parties. So it is plus 2. So what is the total number of good guessers? 3 plus 1 plus 2. So we have the answer is 6. So the correct option to choose is option A. Accuracy of any organization's predictions for a party is given by 1 minus prediction range divided by 2 into actual voter share. Which organizations has the highest accuracy for DNA? Now for DNA, let's consider for D voter, what is the prediction range? It is 1 minus accuracy, 1 minus prediction range divided by 2 into actual voter share. Prediction range is 15 divided by 2 into 55 divided by, so this is 15 divided by 2 into 55, that is 110. This is for D voter. For Polstrat, it is how much? This is 1 minus, for Polstrat DNA is, this is 30. 1 minus 30 divided by 110. And for today's Chanakya, it is how much? 1 minus 10 divided by 110. Tell me which of these 3 values would be the highest. I don't even need to calculate. Of these values, 10 by 110 is the smallest value. If I have to take out some value from 1 and I have to find the highest value, the one where I'm subtracting the least amount is the highest value. So among these 3, who will have the highest value? If I deduct 15 by 110, I'm deducting more value. 30 by 110, I'm actually deducting a lot of value. 10 by 110, I'm not deducting that much. So 10, today's Chanakya is the highest accuracy for DNA. I think what happened when somebody mentioned, I think Ritvik mentioned Polstat, you did not see this 1 by this. Maybe because it is on 2 different lines, maybe you did not see it. But you have to take 1 minus it, okay? Okay. Now let's go to question number 12. Which of the following party organization pair has the highest accuracy? Use the definition of the previous question. So that is 1 minus prediction rate divided by 2 into actual voter share. Today's Chanakya DNA. So today's Chanakya DNA, what is the range? What is the accuracy? It will be 1 minus 10 by 110. So this is 1 minus 1 by 11. So how much is that? This is equal to 10 by 11. So option A value is 10 by 11. I have to find which is the highest. Polstrat NIC. Polstrat NIC, this is 30. Okay, that is not good at all. 1 minus 30 by 2 into 40, that is 80. So 1 minus 3 by 8, this is 5 by 8. Not at all a good value, nearly half of this, so not a good value at all. D voter IPC. D voter and IPC, where are you? D voter IPC, your production, this range is 0. 1 minus 0 divided by 10. But 0 divided by 10 is 0. So it becomes 1. So for D voter and IPC, it is 1. So among all of these, which is the highest accuracy? This is less than 1, this is less than 1, this is equal to 1. they were 100% accurate because their prediction range was 0. So they were 100% accurate when it came to IPC. So this one was the most accurate. Let me see how many of you got it right. 13 was super simple. 12 was super simple. Many of you got it right. So well done. Abhishek, well done. Khushi, well done. Aditya, all of you who got 12 right, very well done. And the last question that we have, accuracy of a party is given by this. Alpha accuracy of an organization is defined as the sum of prediction accuracies to all parties. Which organization has the second highest alpha accuracy? So basically accuracy across all three parties. So let's do it for all of them. For Polestat, Today's Chanakya and D-Voter, let's find out what is the total accuracy across all three parties. So for Polestat, this is 1 minus 30 divided by 110. So 30 by 110 plus 1 minus 30 divided by 80 plus 1 minus 0. So this is 1. Over here, for Today's Chanakya, you have 1 minus 10 divided by 110 plus 1 minus 5 divided by 80 plus, here we have prediction range is 5. So 1 minus 5 divided by 10. So this is half. Last one, which is D-Voter. So D-Voter, we have 1 minus 15 divided by 110 plus 1 minus 10 divided by 80. And this is 1 minus 0. So this is just 1. So these are the three values that I have to find out. And I don't have to find out the highest. I have to find out the second highest in terms of alpha accuracy. So I have to calculate each of these values and tell which is the second highest of the values. So how much is this? 1 minus 30 by 110 is basically 1 minus 3 by 11. So this is 8 by 11. 1 minus 30 by 80 is 5 by 8. And this is 1. If I was trying to find this out, I'd say that let me actually find out all of them. This is 1 minus 1 by 11. So this is 10 by 11. This is 5, 1 by 16. This is 15 by 16. And this is half. Okay. And this one, okay, this is 3 by 22. So that would be 19 by 22. This is 1 by 8. So that would be 7 by 8 plus 1. So this is what I have to find out. Here, if I take the LCM of the denominators, I'll get 88. Here, if I take the LCM of the denominators, I'll get 176. Here again, I will get 176. So if I want to compare the fractions, I'll do one thing. I'll compare everything as denominator 176. Then I can compare across fractions also, pretty simple. So I'll say that let's do all the calculation with the base of 176, okay? And once I have that base of 176, I have the final value. Then I can compare across what is the actual, who is the second highest. So if this is 176, this is 8 by 11. So that would be 16 by 22 into 8. So that would be 128 by 176, okay? This is 5 by 8. If I have to make it by 176, I have to multiply 5 by 22. So this would be 5 into 22 would be 110. And plus 1 by 1 is basically you have to add 176 directly. So this is 176. How much is this sum? Can somebody tell me? Quickly tell me what is this sum. In the numerator, what is there? I'll do the calculation for others. Quickly tell me what is the numerator in the first value. This is, I have to say this is 160 plus into 11. So this is 165 plus 176 by half. So this will be 88. Okay. And this one is 8 times this. So 160 minus 152 plus 154 plus 176. These are the sums. These are the fraction values. What is the sum in the first one? It is 414. Yep, it is 414. So I'll put 414 over here. What is this sum over here? This is 325 plus 88. So that would be 413. And how much is this value? This is 320, 330. 330 plus, so this is 482. Now of these, tell me, okay, 414 by 176, 413 by 176, 482 by 176, which is the second highest value. This D water is the highest value. Pole strategy is the second highest value. Today's Chanakya is the third highest value. So who has the second highest alpha accuracy? It has to be option A, pole strategy. Okay, everybody understood how to solve it. This was just calculation. But to get this calculation and not to make a mistake over here, this was super important. Without this table over here, I would have made mistakes. So make sure that whenever information is given in like charts, personally, I feel charts are easy sets. Okay, I always solve them. But charts, people make mistakes. The reason that they make mistakes is that they try to read the chart while solving. There you will make a mistake. Don't read the chart while solving. At the very start, tabulate the chart. Then you won't make mistakes. I personally feel that once you have tabulated the chart, right, from then on, it is just smooth sailing. So whenever you have a charts-based set and you feel that you have to do a lot of calculation, tabulate the chart. It becomes much easier to solve. Okay. So this is a plain, pure charts-based DI set. After this, we are going to have a games and tournament set. So I'll show you the set and I'll tell you the approach for it. Before we go there, if you guys have not started your taking mocks yet, it's high time. It's August. You have to start taking. You have to start with the mocks. If you haven't started with the mocks yet, please start today. Please take a free CAT mock that is there. We have 3 free CAT mocks, so you don't have to pay anything. Just take at least a free CAT mock because it is very important that you start practicing. You start taking tests. Do not leave it to September. I have been teaching for CAT for like 12 plus years, and this is the mistake that I see most of the students make, is that they leave mocks till September. Don't leave it till September. Please take a CAT mock as soon as possible. It's already August. It's already a bit late in the day. Please take a mock today. There are 3 free CAT mocks. In addition to that, you can also take the previous year's papers in mock format. All of this is entirely free, not at all paid. You can take the previous papers in mock format so that you can get a sense of how you would have scored. This information is super important for you to figure out where you have to put your efforts. You have to put your efforts towards the areas of weaknesses. How do you figure out you're weak in something? You have to take mocks for that, okay? So make sure that you take a mock today. Okay, so this is the like the set that we are going to solve, games and tournament set. Now in this games and tournaments, we have basically scores that are going to be there, points that people are scoring. Now there are rounds and points that you have to score. And you have to basically figure out how many points and what is the total of points. Immediately, what should you think? See, basically, if you can't think of anything, remember that when nothing works, when no representation format is there, uska like jiska koi representation format nahi hai, uska ek hi representation format hai, which is table. So here, whenever you are in confusion, how do I begin? How do I get started? Make a table. Okay, here you have to make a table. You have to show what is the points that are being scored in each round, what is the total across all the points, what is the starting points and the ending points. Make sure you make this table and you will not falter. In any kind of situation like this, make a table. There are 4 contestants. There are 5 rounds. 4 contestants are A, B, C, D. There are 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are total across the 5 rounds. There's a starting point, there's an ending point. Just make sure that you like fill this table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the total across 5 rounds. This is the starting position. This is the ending position. Wherever any information is given. For example, it is given that B scores even number of this. So this has to be even. It is given that D scores prime number. So this has to be prime. Put the information directly on the table. Your job is to fill the table. Wherever information is given, for example, if you're given that starting position, starting values are 103, 87, 77, 76, put it over here. Try to fill these values. This is your job, okay? Try to fill where this table, where can I put this value in this table? This has a quantitative aspect to it, but it can be solved. It is slightly tough, but if you follow this method of filling the table religiously, you will be able to solve this, okay? So this is the hint that I'm giving, and I'm starting your timer now. Okay, so let's go, guys. This is the first paragraph till here. Pause to read the remaining part. Okay, and the questions are over here. This is 14 and 15. And then you have 16, 17. Okay, 4 questions, ample time to do it. I want everyone to try to solve it. Come on, guys, everyone can solve this set. Maybe there's one more question here. No, that's it. Okay. If you get stuck, if you don't know how to solve, if you get stuck at any point, just ask me for a hint. I'm here to give you a hint. Okay, I want all of you to try to solve this set. It's 13 minutes, 20 seconds. I'll give you a hint at when it is 8 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, try it by yourself. Then I'll give you a small hint. Can you zoom out the question? No, it won't fit everything. So whenever you want to read a part, basically pause the video. So I'll go back to the top part if you want. Pause the video where you want to read, okay? So because it can't fit the entire, this cannot fit. So this is the first part, okay? This is the second part of it. And this is the last part. The first part, you won't have to use much. Read it quickly. Most of the information that you need to solve is in these clues that are there. Okay. That's fine, Dhruvil. We will learn together. So don't worry, just stick around. I'll solve this set along with you at the end. So you will learn how to solve this set at the end of this session. Okay. Sure, I will try to make it. But whenever I'm solving the set, for example, over here, try to make a note, mental note that, okay, for these kind of sets, I have to make this representation format. And in case you don't know the representation format, okay, remember where you don't know the representation format, just draw a table. The table is the master format in a way. Come on, guys, solve it independently for 5 minutes. I'll give you a clue hint at 8 minutes, okay? Can we get the PDF of these 4 sets? Yes, Garima. So we want you guys to solve it live. So you won't get it right away, but come back like 1 hour later. And after the stream is over, 1 hour later, we will have put up the PDF in the description box. So we always put for all of our streams, we put the PDF of the question solved. After the stream is over, it just takes us a few minutes to put up the PDF after the stream is over. Okay. So all PDFs for every stream are available. Plus you have a master PDF for all the previous streams. So we have put that in this particular chat box. If you go up, you will see the master PDF for all the this that has taken place. One small reminder in case I won't disturb you guys much, but if you guys are looking for a way to prepare for CAT, we have a batch starting on Monday. So a lot of people have been asking me that how do I prepare for CAT? There's only like so very little time left. So if you're looking for a structured way to prepare for CAT, do check out Cracku's batch. I'll put the link which is there, the link to join the course. It is starting this Monday. So please like take a look at it. And if nothing else, just take a look at the structure of how you have to actually prioritize the different like topics. We have made a schedule based on what you should actually follow while preparing. So at least take a look at the schedule so you know the syllabus and how to do in what order. So we have a batch starting Monday. The link is there in the chat box. Okay, so 8 minutes are done. I'll give you the clue or no clue. Let me know. If you tell me, I'll give the clue. Otherwise, I won't give clue. Okay, I'll give a small clue. See, it is given that B only does even numbers and D only does prime numbers. And 3 players scored 20 points each. Can D score 20 points given that in all rounds he scored prime? So who would be the 3 players who did 20, not D? So it would be A, B, and C. Another thing that you can see over here is that you have B is scoring even numbers, and in the first round everybody is a like multiple of 5. So for B, and it is strictly increasing. So at least the first round for B and D you can tell. For D, which is the only prime multiple of 5, it's 5. For B, since 20 is the end point, there is only one value left which can be the starting point, which is 10. Okay, these are your hints. Okay, what can be the round 1 scores for B and D, and what will be the ending round scores for ABC. Okay, ABC ending round scores, starting scores for B and D. So with that, that is the hint. Try to solve it after that. Come on, guys, last 4 minutes. You can do it. I have full faith that all of you can do this set. Okay. 52 to not sure 1 point. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay. I think you are right, Sarthak and Ritvik, for the first this. What was A's initial score? Fine. And okay, so Ritvik, you are almost you got all right. Sarthak, you are almost there. Try to do the like the question number 16 also. These points are correct. Very well done, Vicky. Fear of attempting quant questions and in LRDI I am stuck to solve. No worries, Priya. Basically, all of these things require a lot of practice. You don't get it in the first 5-6 times that you solve. You will get it on the 10th time. But you have to just keep at it. But very well done, Sarthak, Ritvik, and Vicky. You guys have done well. Everybody else, look, it is solvable. There's still 2.5 minutes. Try to solve this. By yourself, if you are able to fill the table, it will feel very good. Come on, guys. No worries, Vicky. You can do these points also. Just list down all the prime numbers starting with 5. What are all the prime numbers till 20? 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Now from them, figure out what are the possible sums. When you take 5 is the first point. But after that, what are the possible sums for the remaining 4? If I take remaining 5 values, if I take 4 at a time, what are the possible sums? From the start score, end score, you can figure out what are the scores of D also. One test I get very high percentile, the other just throws me off the game. How do I build confidence and consistency? Good question, Ritvik. But I'll tell this that there's just last 1 minute. Once this minute is over, I'll tell you. Because some people I think are very close to the answer. Come on, guys. Last 1 minute. I'm sure all of you can get it. Well done, Sarthak. Okay, so the time is up, guys. I know many of you are very close to solving it, but don't worry, try to keep solving it. I'll answer Ritvik's question. So some days he has high confidence, some days he has low confidence, sometimes high scores, low scores. How do you actually get over it? See, basically, this variation comes when you have, when you feel that I don't know or I cannot do it. Once that doubt starts creeping and that noise becomes stronger in your head, what you could possibly do normally, you can't do under pressure. How do you actually deal with those kind of like thoughts where you have a lot of self-doubt? The only way to really deal with that self-doubt is basically do so much practice that that self-doubt just is no longer there. You have to basically practice so many times that you are completely confident of how to deal with it. solve so many questions that you no longer have to even think of whether I can do it or not, because you have done it so many times before that you know you can do it. So that is the only way you can get over questions of confidence. When you have low confidence, the only solution to that is just so much practice that you know for sure that you can do it. Okay. And I would say that if you guys are looking for a way to practice, do take a look at our study room. So the reason why we have, see, I'm very, very proud of Cracku study room, because firstly, there are a lot of high quality questions that are there, but we have also made a lot of effort to make it more engaging with Quant Rush, with Verbal Rush. We want you to solve as many questions as possible, as many sets as possible. You solve like say 8,000 quant questions, nobody can touch you in quant. You solve like say 300 sets, nobody can like stop you in LRDI. That's the only way you really crush a particular subject, is basically you solve so much of it that you know that, okay, no matter what comes, I have solved many things of that type, I will definitely be able to solve it. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to have that confidence. In case you guys want preparation, like end-to-end preparation, do check out our crash course. So we have the Swaraj crash course, which is beginning in on Monday, on 10th of August. So the link to that is in the chat box. It basically will cover everything from live sessions, concept videos, everything that you need to really crack that, including study room. And in case you just want that extra bit of practice, extra bit of preparation, then you can buy just the study room. So the link to that has also been provided. But I want you guys to like completely crush in practice. If you solve a lot of questions, right, it will just completely change how you look at yourself also. Okay. So let's see how to solve this one. I think many of you are able to solve it. Ratnadeep also, and Hariyashrit also, and Vicky anyway got it almost, I think. Sarthak and Ritik got it. Okay, so let's see. For the others who are not able to solve it, let's see how to solve it. I hope all of you at least made this table, because this is the starting point. Whenever you have any information, put it on the table. The minute you start putting things on the table, you will start to see, okay, how things will actually fill in, how things you can actually figure out what will go where. So let's first read the set. 4 players A, B, C, D are participating in a darts tournament, taking their turns in that order in every round. At the start of the game, their scores are 103, 87, 77 and 76 in some order. A player's score decreases by the number of points scored on each turn, and the first player to reduce their score to 0 is declared the winner. The players can score any number of points between 1 and 20, both inclusive, in each round. However, if more than one player reaches a score of 0 within the same round, the result is treated as a tie among these players. For example, if C reduces their score to 0 during a round and D, whose turn occurs later in the same round, also reaches 0, the game is declared as a draw between C and D. So here basically the score can be between 1 to 20 and your score is negative. So it goes down from the values that are there is 103, 87, 77, 76. These are the starting values. There will be some ending values. The ending values that are given are, they are not given here. I think the ending values are given here. Based on the information given below, answer the questions that follow. The final scores of the 4 players were 24, 14, 0 and 0 in some order, which means 2 people actually reached 0 at the same time. So it was a tie result. Okay. So final scores I'll write down. In this column, I have to put 24, 14, 0 and 0 in some particular way. For every player, the points scored increase strictly from one round to the next. What does strict increase mean? Means that the round 1 score is strictly less than the round 2 score, is strictly less than the round 3 score, is strictly less than the round 4 score, is strictly less than the round 5 score. Strictly increasing means no equality is also not possible. It has to be an increasing series only. It has to be less than only, not even less than equal to, less than only. That is strictly increasing. So this means that for every row over here, okay, the numbers have to be in an increasing order. Let's go to the third point. D scored only prime numbers in every round, while B scored only even numbers. So I put prime over here to remind me that in this row, I'll get only prime numbers. I put even over here to remind me I'll get only even numbers over here. In round 1, all players' points were multiples of 5. Now, multiples of 5, these have to be multiples of 5. What are the multiples of 5 till 20? 5, 10, 15, 20. Now for B, what can be the starting value? It can be an even multiple of 5. What are the even multiples of 5? 10 and 20. It has to be strictly increasing. It can't be 20, 22, 24. It can't go above 20, which means that what is the only value, starting value B can take? It is only 10. It cannot be less than 10. Why? Because it is the only even multiple of 5 such that you can increase from there. So this has to be 10. For D, it has to be a prime number which is a multiple of 5. There, what are the prime numbers which are from 1 to 20? What prime numbers are there? You have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. These are the prime numbers. Of these, which is the multiple of 5? Only 5 is a multiple of 5. So this has to be 5. So I can tell from this that this starts at 5, this starts at 10. The game lasted exactly 5 rounds, and in round 5, 3 players scored 20 points each. Can D score 20 points? He has only prime values, right? So can D score 20 points? No. So the 20 points, when they say 3 players scored 20 points, who would be the 3 players? Everybody other than D. So that means this is 20, this is 20, this is 20. So this is not 20. That is the only thing that I can tell. B was the first player to reduce their score to 0, which means for B, the end value is 0. And he was the first player to reach 0, which means either C or D would be the other 0. So one of the zeros I can mark off because B was the first player to reach 0. One more thing that I can say, okay? B is all even numbers. So I can say that total will also be even. The ending point is even. If total is even, of all the reduction points are even, ending point is also even. That would mean the starting point also has to be even. From an odd number, if I remove from odd, if I remove an even number, I should get an odd number. But 0 is an even number, which means that the starting value over here has to be an even number. How many even numbers do we have for starting values? Only one. There's only one starting number even value. So this has to be 76, which means the total over here, it went from 76 to 0. So the total of all of these points has to be how much? It has to be 76. So the value, this plus this plus this plus this plus this is 76. How many even numbers are there such that I can add it to 76? So from 10, you have 12, 14, 16, 18. I have 3 values. I have 4 possibilities. So one of these has to be removed. 1 out of 12, 14, 16 and 18 has to be removed. What is the sum of all of them? This is equal to how much? This is 30, 30. This sum is 60. But I don't need 60 because I need 3 values. One value has to be dropped. Which value should I drop? I have 10 plus 20. I have 30 that is already there. I need 76 minus 30. I need 46. So from this 60, I have to drop something such that I get 46. What is the difference between 60 minus 46? It is 14. So which number has to be dropped? 14 has to be dropped, which means that the values that I should put are 12, 16 and 18. They should be strictly increasing. So this should be 12, 16 and 18. This is, I can fill B's value using this. Anybody has any question till now? Didn't understand this, didn't follow it, just ask now. So B's I could fill. Now let me try to do the same for D. Let me try to figure out what could be the sum for D if I have the starting, ending and I have the sum. Then I can figure out what is the values that will come over here. So my job always is, I have to figure out what this value is and from that figure out what these value will be. I have to figure out what this value is, then I have to figure out what these values will be. That's the job that I have to do. So let's figure that out. What can be the starting and ending for D? Now 76 is gone, 10 is gone. Okay. Now let's consider what are the prime numbers. This 2 and 3 cannot be there because it starts from 5. It has to be strictly increasing. 5 is already there. So I have 4 values possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibilities. So 1 has to be dropped. What is the minimum sum that I can get? If I take these 4 values, I'll get the minimum sum. If I take these 4 values, I'll get the maximum sum. If I take 7, 11, 13, 17, what is the minimum sum? This is 30 plus 18, it is 48. And what is the maximum sum? 11, 13, 17, 19, this is 60. Plus 5 that is already there. So it is either 53 to 65. So this sum over here, this value over here can be from 53 to 65. One of these values from 53, the value basically can be like, I'll actually write down what are the possible sum values, okay? At the lowest end, you have 53. At the highest end, you have 65. If I take 7, 11, 13, 17, I get 53. Instead of this, if I say remove 17 and I put 19 instead, I remove 17, I put 19, I'll get 2 extra. So I'll get 55. Now instead of, I have now 7, 11, 13, 19. I remove 13, I put 17 instead. 13 and 17 difference is 4, so I will increase my sum by 4. So I'll get 59. So that is when I put 7, 11, 17, 19. Now I'll remove 11 and I'll put 13 instead. 13 and 11 difference is 2, so I'll increase my sum by 2. So this will become 61. Now instead of that, I remove 11, instead of removing 11, I remove 7 and I put 11 instead. Difference between 7 and 11 is how much? 4. So from 61, it will become 65. So the possible values that I have for the sum over here is 53, 55, 59, 61, 65. These are the values that I can have. Now, none of these values is anywhere close to this. So this cannot be 0, okay? Because I don't have 53 or anything in these values over here. Starting values are not 53 to 65, which means that there will be some remainder here. Something will be remaining, which also tells me that somebody reached 0 after B, but it was not D. So this must have been, C must have reached 0. D did not reach 0, so it is either 14 or 24 must be the remaining value. So these are my starting, this is the sum, that possible sums that I get. If the remaining value is 14, what would happen? I'll add 14 to all of this. If I add 14, 53 plus 14 is how much? 67, 69, 73, 14, so 75 and 79, okay? This is if I add 14, but I don't get anything, okay? 103, 87, 77, this is what I want. So it cannot be 14 also. I'm not getting a value where I can get a possible value. So it cannot be 14 also, remainder. Let's see if it is 24 remainder. Forget 14, if 24 is the remainder. If I add 24 over here, I get 77. 24 over here, 79. 24 over here, 83. 24 over here, 85. 24 over here, 89. I finally have one value which could be the starting value. 87 is not there, 103 is not there, but my 77 is there. 77 can be the starting value. So 77 and 24 is the only possibility that I get where the difference, the sum is 53. This is the only case where I get where the starting value is within these possibilities and the remainder is either 14 or 24. So that means my sum has to be 53. 53, when did I get the sum of 53? When I had the lowest possible sum. If I took these 4 values, they gave me 48 plus the 5 over here, this gave me 53. Which means what? What are these values that will take in the remaining this? This has to be 7, this has to be 11, this has to be 13, this has to be 17. No other case is possible, okay? Why not A has 0? A does not have 0 because look at this particular this. It is given that, and in this, B was the first player to reduce their score to 0. Which means that in the round, A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D go like in that order, right? It is given that they go in this order. Okay, first A goes, then B goes, then C goes, then D goes. Which means that if B was the first player to reduce to 0, then the next person to reduce to 0 has to be either C or D. Which means if it's not D, it has to be C. Okay, I hope you understood now. You gave it to only C. Why? Because it cannot be A. It is going in that order. It is A going first, B going next, C going next, and D going after that. Okay. taking their turns in that order in every round. So which means that if B reach first, A cannot reach 0 after that. A has to reach before B. B is the first to reduce their score to 0. So it's not A who reduces to 0. It is either C or D. D, we found it impossible. So C is the one who reduces to 0. So we find what are D's values. We fill D's values. Okay. Now let's go. Can we now fill C's values? Given that this is 0, it means that, and 77 is also gone. Now we have two possibilities, 103 and 87. Can the sum of 5 values from 1 to 20 be 103? 20 into 5 is 100. For 103, I'll need more than 5, which is not possible. So that means that this is 87 and this is 103, and this has to be the remaining 14 that we have. Why cannot 103 be over here? Because for 103, the values have to exceed 20. 5 into 20 is 100. Anyway, I can't put 20, 20, 20. I cannot put it. I have to put the max value I can get is if I put 15, 16, 17, or 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is max that I can put. Beyond that, I cannot put. So if I have to put, and if it is 103 and 87, and all it is going to 0, it has to be 87. 103 cannot come over here. So this difference is 87. And this is 103 minus 14, which means this is 89. This is the values that I get for totals, row totals for everyone. Okay, now fine. Let's see what is the values that I can put. Now I have to get up to 87. 20 is already done. So I have to give 67 across 4 values. 67 across 4 values is difficult. Suppose I start from 5 over here. Then I have to give how much? I have to give 62 across 3 values. Can I give it? No, impossible. Because if I have to give 2 across 3 values, I would have to breach 20, which means 5 cannot come here. So 5 is gone. Suppose I put 10 over here. Okay. If 67 across 4 values, now it is 57 across 3 values. Can I spread 57 across 3 values? The least, what is the maximum sum that I can have for the last 4 values? Last 4 values, since it is strictly increasing, is 20, 19, 18 plus 17. This is the max that I can put. The last 3 values sum, maximum can be 54. I cannot give 57 because for 57, if I put 19, 19, 19, then it can be possible. But it has to be strictly increasing. So it cannot be 19 throughout. So it cannot be 10 also, because the max I can distribute is 54. I cannot distribute more than 54 because it has to be a strictly increasing arrangement. So 10 also cannot come here. So if 5 cannot come here and 10 cannot come here, which is the only other multiple of 5 left. 20 is here. So the only other multiple of 5 that is left is 15. This has to start at 15. If it starts at 15, 15 plus 20, how much is already gone? From 87, 35 is already gone. So I have to distribute how much? 52. 52 across how many values? 52 across 3 values. What are the values that are there that I can consider? 16, 17, 18, 19. I have to pick 3 values out of these 4 such that they add up to 52. What is the sum of all of these values? 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19. This is equal to 70. But I don't want 70. I want 52. What is the difference? 70 minus 52, I want 18 lesser. So from 16, 17, 18, 19, what do I have to drop? I have to drop 18. Then I get 52. So what are the remaining values that I should fill over here? 16, 17, 19. This will give me my missing values. This will give me the addition up to 87. Now my final row to fill, A's row. Okay. I have to add up to 89. 20 is already done. If 20 is already done, how much should I put in the first one? 20 is already done. I need to fill 69 across 4 values. If I put 5 over here, I have to put 64 across 3 values, not possible. If I put 10 over here, how much do I have to put? If I put 10 over here. I have to fill 59 across these three values. Again, not possible. I told you that what is the max that three values can add up to? 17, 18, 19. The max I can fill is 54. Anything beyond 54 across three values is not possible. So if I put 10 over here, I would have to put 59 across three values, which is impossible. So the next multiple of 5 is which one? It is 15. So 15, 20, 35 are done. What is remaining? 54 is remaining. 54, how many ways can I split it across three distinct increasing numbers? Only one way. This is the max number that I can have from three numbers, and that is the only one which will give me 54. So what are the remaining numbers that I should put over here? 17, 18, 19. Only this will give me the remaining 54 that I need to get to 89. So I finally have filled my table. Anybody has anything, any part that they didn't understand? Just ask me now. Okay. Anybody has any question? Anything that they didn't understand? How did this come? Just ask me off now. I'll go off to the questions till then. I'll be answering the questions till then. So the first question that we have, okay, what is the sum of the points earned by all the players in round 2? So let's add up this round 2. This is 29 plus 23. 29 plus 23 is how much? This is 52. How many times was the score of 19 earned during all the rounds? There's one in round 4A and here one more. So there are 2 times we are getting 19, which is in round 4. So the round score of 19 was earned 2 times, which is option B. What was A's initial score? A's initial score was 103. So the correct option is option A. Okay, and the last question of the day. What was the absolute difference between the points earned by B and C in round 4? B scored 18, C scored 19. The absolute difference is 1. So the correct option is option C, 1. As you can see, this is a tough set. It was not an easy set. But if you have the right representation format and you just keep trying, see, basically this is quantitative puzzle also. You have to basically consider all the cases. Can I fit 5 here? Can I fit 10 here? Can I fit 15 here? You will end up with only one case. This is the beauty of it. That 3 cases seem possible, but only one will fit. You have to do that work of trying out all the 3 cases to figure out that only one fits. This is how you solve sets of this type. Okay. So I hope you guys like this set. Easy set, ma'am. Okay, good. Okay. So let's see, ma'am, how long should this set to solve an exam scenario? I think, see, basically without any timer pressure, you can do this in 10 minutes. But with timer pressure, it will take you 15 minutes because people fumble under time pressure. They take more time to actually do the same things. I think this will take 15 minutes in an actual exam environment. Okay. So these are the sets for today. And one quick reminder, we have a batch starting on Monday. Okay, we have a batch starting on Monday, which is a crash course batch. So do check it out. One more thing, that if you guys are looking for like a quick way of revising all the formulas that are there, specifically like you want to revise formulas for geometry, do search for our formula PDF. So we have compiled all the formulas into a PDF, which can help you quite a bit with revision. So search for Cracku CAT formula PDF. It has been downloaded by like lakhs of students, and that will help you quickly revise every formula before you take any test. Just go through all the formulas. If you know the formula, you're much more likely to solve it in any mock test or the actual exam. So make sure that before every mock, you revise that formula list before going. It's completely free. Okay, so just search for it. You can download it and make sure that you actually revise it before any important test. Okay, so we'll end here for today. Trial and error kind of. Okay, no worries. See, as long as you guys are able to get the answer, I don't care whether you got it from trial and error or not. But if you learn the right method, you will for sure get it. Sometimes with trial and error, with 5 minutes left, you can get the last one set through trial and error, nothing like it, okay? So try everything, do everything that you can. Solve the set any way that is possible, okay? Ma'am, what kind of an error do you suggest we maintain for CR type of question? Error log? Vedantika, I would say that, so for CR questions, right? I would say that for the flaw that is there in understanding what kind of assumptions that are needed. So if you are trying to maintain an error log for CR questions, for assumption questions, try to figure out whether you mark the wrong assumption, which is like instead of looking for the necessary assumption, you mark the abundant assumption, or whether you were not able to figure out what, like in assumption questions, what would actually negate the logic. So make an error log such that whether you understood the core argument or not, whether you fail to understand a core argument. Secondly, maintain an error log also of figuring out what are distortions, where you were not able to figure out, okay, this is this type of distortion in this option. So if you maintain that error log, it will actually give you a good sense of what kind of distortions you're not very good at spotting, and also what kind of assumptions you're not able to spot, or what kind of CR questions, flaws in reasoning you're not able to spot. Okay, so with that, more sets please, we'll do it next time. So we will have another session on LRDI next Saturday, and we'll come back with more of these LRDI sets. So till now, goodbye, and see you all of you guys next time.